Hello, it's Rebecca here from Precious Pages Papercraft, and I'm really excited to be sharing this video with you today. You may have seen recently on my channel that I've been joining in a few YouTube hops to celebrate some scrappy friends reaching certain milestones on YouTube. And today it's my turn. I'm really thrilled. My YouTube channel recently reached 500 subscribers at the beginning of April, and at the moment it's almost up to 600, so I'm absolutely gobsmacked. When I started this channel, I thought I'd be lucky to get maybe 50 people watching my videos and subscribing. I really didn't expect to be sat here with nearly 600 subscribers, sort of not even a year later. So a massive thank you to every single person who has watched my videos or subscribed to my channel or commented on a video. It really does mean the world. Every time you get that notification to say you've got a new subscriber, it's just really heartwarming. It's a lovely feeling to know that there are so many people out there that love watching me create my layouts and like my layouts enough to want to see more of me creating. So massive thank you to you all. And also a massive thank you, I'm all about the thanks today, to all my scrappy friends that have joined in with this hop today. When I first said I was going to do it, I really didn't think many people would sign up. But if you have a look at my description box for this video, you will see some fantastic names in that list. All my scrappy friends have joined in, and I'm really blown away with their kindness. And they're all scrap lifting one of my layouts, which I'm really excited to sit down and watch their videos and see which one they've chosen and how they've done it. So do hit that description box button if you can, and just have a look through all their channels, watch their videos, hit the subscribe button for them, and just share the love, because I'm in a bit of a lovely mood today. So now I've got all my thank yous out of the way. I feel like I'm running for Miss World there doing that. I'm going to stop waffling on and talk you through today's layout. So as I mentioned, everybody who is joining in the hop today is scrap lifting one of my layouts. So I considered scrap lifting myself and then decided against it and thought I would just create something totally new and fresh. So that's what I'm doing. I've got this pattern paper here that I'm working with. It's from the new Pinkfresh Studio Keeping It Real collection. It's actually the only paper I bought from this collection. It's a really lovely collection, but it's just not for me. But I cannot resist a rainbow striped pattern paper, so I just had to buy it. So I've cut all the strips out individually. I've discarded the two pinker of the strips. I'm scrapping a photo of my little boy and I just didn't think the pink would work. And also I didn't want my layout to cover the background completely, so if I'd kept all the colours in, it would effectively be 12 inches wide. And I didn't want that. I wanted some white to show either end of the design. So getting rid of those two pink ones worked really well. And you'll notice I keep turning my page. I was trying to decide, do I want the stripes to go horizontally or vertically? And it took me a while to decide, but in the end I go for vertical. And so what I've done is I've cut all the strips out individually, distressed all the edges with an edge distresser, and then I've torn the end, so the narrower end, top and bottom, to give it a more distressed look. And just to make the stripes different sizes. I didn't really want them too uniform. Nothing about my little boy and our life is uniform. It's all over the place and we wing it. So I kind of wanted that portrayed in this layout. So all my stripes are different lengths. And now I'm just using my thumbs to just tear into the papers, just to add a lot more interest and a bit more texture. It just makes it really a bit more interesting to look at. I quite like doing things like that. I'm a massive fan of torn edges and distressed edges. So it's something that you will find on most of my layouts. So I'm just mounting my photo now onto some white cardstock. That's just to give it a bit of separation and help it stand out against those coloured strips on the background. And I'm going to have it situated over there on the right hand side. I felt like it sat better there because of the green in my little boy's coat, and kind of went better with the green sort of end of the spectrum here. So that's why I've popped it onto the right hand side. And I've got these puffy stickers here. I think they're from Paige Evans' Bloom Street collection, if I remember rightly. I'm going to use the sunshine word for my title, and then I'm bringing in some butterflies and trying to keep it a little bit tone on tone. I'm not going to manage that entirely. It's not going to be like a theme for this layout, but just for those butterflies that I can do tone on tone, I'm going to try. And obviously my title kind of worked for the tone on tone theme as well, but I'm going to bring some florals in a minute, and that just kind of gets rid of the whole tone on tone idea, because there was just no way I could have done that. You'll notice I've just added some foam pads behind all of my butterflies there. That's just to add a bit more dimension. I don't like sticking things flat to my backgrounds, so they've been propped up. And then off camera I decided to run my layout through my sewing machine and add some stitching. So I've got white stitching, and I've done a mixture of straight stitch and zigzag stitch on each of those stripes. And now I'm just adding in some white splatters. This is white gesso I've used. I find that it shows up a lot better than my white acrylic paint. So I just add a little bit of water to water it down a bit, and then and a paintbrush, and it just splatters really nicely. I'm just going to pop that to one side to dry for a bit. And I'm just going to add a couple of layers behind my photo just to bring a bit more colour in. So these are patterned papers from an older or two older Pinkfresh studio collections. I can't remember if they're from the same collection off the top of my head, but I hadn't used them at all, so I thought it was about time I cut into them. So I've got a kind of minty green layer and then like a mustard yellow layer, and then that kind of gets rid of that tone on tone idea, because I'm now bringing that layout from, the yellow from the left hand side of the layout over to the right hand side. And I'm going to add some foam behind that, again a bit more dimension, and I'm going to stick my photo down on the right hand side there with just some double-sided tape. I've also got some Bramble Fox acrylic perspectives here. I'm going to pop a couple of those on. I've got a little kind of turquoise minty coloured butterfly and a yellow one here I'm going to add. And then I've got some yellow flowers that I was going to scatter around, but I decided that wouldn't work too well, because at the moment everything is kind of a bit tone on tone still. So I popped the other ones to one side. And then I've got these florals from the new Pinkfresh Keeping It Real collection, and I saw them online and really loved them, and I'm always looking for florals for layouts, so I thought I'd buy them even though I haven't bought the rest of the collection. And I started trying to build some clusters with them and decided it just wasn't working for me. I don't know if it's because the flowers were quite pale, but a lot of the colours, apart from that obviously bold purple you can see there, a lot of them are quite pastel-y, and I just didn't really like them. It might have even been the shape, I'm not sure, but the more I was trying to add them, the less I was liking them. So to the left of me off camera, I've got the Maggie Holmes Garden Party collection that has got some florals in as well. And I kind of liked that pink and green flower there on the puffy sticker sheet, so I've gone with that instead. So I now moved away from Pinkfresh and I'm on American Crafts, but I do prefer the look of these florals with this layout. So I'm going to work in some of those instead and put the Pinkfresh ones back in the bag for another day. I've also added a mint bow there on the top left of my photo, kind of on the minty coloured paper strip. And then I'm just going to go through the sticker sheet and sticker book I have just to see if there's anything else I can bring in from this collection. I think I add some more flowers. I've got a couple of yellow flowers I think I add in as well. And at the moment I'm just kind of going through bits and pieces that I've got, having a play, seeing if I can make any of this work. Obviously remembering that I've already stuck my photo down, so I can't peel it back up and add anything behind it, because my double-sided tape isn't very repositionable at all. Once it's stuck for longer than about 2 seconds, that's it, it's not coming off. Without tearing everything underneath it. So my photo's stuck and it's going to have to stay stuck. Oh, there we go, yeah, so it was a yellow flower from the sticker book I've added in that cluster, and the one on the top right there that I'm just adding some foam pads behind is fussy cut from one of the patterned papers. And I've got this little puffy sticker here from another Pinkfresh collection that I was going to try and work in, but it didn't really feel like it was in keeping with the rest of the page, so that got put to one side as well for another day. And I'm just sticking these perspectives down. I always use glossy accents for these to make sure they hold. They are quite weighted and I don't want them pinging off in my albums or anything, so I do use glossy accents for those. And then I think this is the only other thing I bought from the new Pinkfresh collection. This is the alpha sheet, and I'm just pulling off some letters here to finish off my title. So my title will be Sunshine and Smiles. We've recently hit spring in the UK. We finally have a bit of warmer weather. Even though my little boy's wearing a coat in this photo, it was one of the warmer days we've had recently. So yeah, I really liked the title Sunshine and Smiles. So I just picked some colours that matched the paper strips in the background. And I'm adding another of those Bramble Fox perspectives down the bottom there, just to bring a bit more yellow into that corner. And then just a bit more distressing with my fingers before I think I'm finished. Am I finished? I'm sure I'm finished. Yes, I'm finished. So that is my layout for today. So thank you very much for joining me. Again, thank you to everybody who watches my videos and subscribes to my channel. And thank you to all you wonderful ladies who are taking part in my hop today. Please do remember to hit the description box and work your way through their channels and see which of my layouts they scrap lifted, because I can't wait to see. So again, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.